What is up, world? I'm doing an NFL, the National Football League, or as some people call it, the No Fun League recap of Week 7. Week 7 recap, and we're gonna go through chronologically order these things. Okay. Um, we got the Bears and Packers. Okay. And what we learned from that game was nothing at all. Zero. Every team should beat the Chicago Bears, except for the Browns. Every team should beat the Chicago Bears. They're awful. They really are. Would it change if Jay Cutler was in the game? No, not at all. So, what do we got with that? Nothing. I think we can learn that Davante Adams is a reasonable fantasy pickup, I guess. It seemed like they're going to target him more, but I guess it's not a very good test because the Bears' defense is not good. Aaron Rodgers still underperforming by my standards, but he got the win, so you can't really criticize too much, I guess. Next game, Giants Rams. Giants did what I thought they would. They're going to be a solid contender in that division. Um, the NFC East is going to be interesting again, but they're all actually decent this time. they're not. I don't know if it's going to end up 8-8, but it could. Uh, I just think that there's too much. It's too saturated, and I think the Cowboys are gonna emerge victorious, but the Giants, they've beaten teams solidly, and I think that it's reasonable to assume that the Giants can't be counted out. Saints Chiefs. Chiefs beat the Saints. We knew that was going to happen. I don't know any betting person who would bet the Saints, but if you did, well, good for you. Colts Titans. That's a garbage fire. I don't really care about that. It's uninteresting. That whole conference is uninteresting. I thought it would be interesting. It's not. It's sad. It's very sad. Um, I feel sorry for Andrew Luck a little bit. But, you know, again, it's a dumpster fire. That It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. The big shock this week, I think, for some, was the Vikings and Eagles. But the Vikings, both of their tackles were hurt. And I don't know if you know anything about the NFL, but the offensive line is very, very, very important. I said three varies for a reason. It's a big deal. You can't have a hurt offensive line and expect to win. Um, Tom Brady does it occasionally, but yeah, you're not getting that with Sam Bradford, and it's not his fault because he was an MVP candidate, uh, but it's not going to happen. I don't think. Maybe it will. For the Vikings, though, um, it's not the end of the world. I think they're still going to have a really good season. They're still Super Bowl contenders. It just shows the legitimacy of the Eagles' defense because I don't think anybody expected them to be as good as they are. But they're solid. They're a solid NFL defense. And Carson Wentz is competent. That makes Jared Goff look bad. But, you know, oh well, he's performing well, and the Eagles look solid to me. Both of these teams do. I still have the Vikings as the favorite in the NFC, but we'll get to some of those other teams later. Bengals Browns, no surprise there. 2 touchdown win, should have been assumed. Cody Kessler is a takeaway. I think that he actually, it's too early to judge him, but there's potential there, and I guess that's more than we could say for most Browns quarterbacks. Here's where the disappointment sets in for the NFC East. Just when you think that a team can differentiate itself from the pack, because this team, you know, I thought was on a winning streak and would continue that and would be dominant. They lose to the Lions, and who also seem to emerge from the pack. And here's a bold prediction: the Lions have a better record at the end of the season than the Packers. Yeah, it could happen. Will it happen? I don't know. I really don't know. But at this rate, with Matt Stafford being a valid MVP candidate, look what he's got to work with. It's reasonable to assume that that would be the case. Um, but the Redskins, I don't know. I guess I watched the game and I expected the Redskins to win. I did the whole time. I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan. I never really bought the hype that he got. But he's coming around. His first two games were awful, and I couldn't defend him, and I wasn't going to. I was going to rip him. But he's coming around, and I just, Stafford, what he's doing with the Lions has to be impressive. And I never really liked the guy, and I think we all hated him for like no reason. But yeah, um, watch out because he might win MVP. The Raiders and the Jaguars, 17-point win by the Raiders. Unimpressive. Unimpressive by the Jaguars. The Raiders, solid. Derek Carr is another MVP candidate. So, yeah, the Raiders' defense needs to pick it up a little bit. Otherwise, I think they would be a favorite in the AFC West. But with, you know, the Broncos, you can't secure anything. And here's another letdown. Okay, another letdown um, for a team that really could have used this win. It would have looked good. The Bills, the Buffalo Bills, lost. Now, granted, the Dolphins beat the Steelers handily. They come in and beat the Bills. Maybe these Dolphins are all right. I don't think so. I really don't. I think that Rex Ryan is not a competent coach the way that Bill Belichick is. I think that the Patriots win this division handily, and they're the only one who will make it to the playoffs in the AFC East. I had hope in the Bills. I was like, well, wild card. This will make it tough for the Patriots. And I know 1 week might cause for overreactions, but I don't, every time I have faith in a team like the Redskins or the Bills, I shouldn't because they're just going to lose. Ravens Jets. That's right. The Ravens lost to the Jets. I had faith in the Ravens at the beginning of the season. I don't anymore. I don't. I really don't. They can't run the ball, the Ravens. Can't run the ball, and it's really sad because you're like, oh, this is a, ground and pound. No, Joe Flacco launches balls. Just launches them down the field, whatever. And the Jets defense, to their to their defense, is solid. Solid defense in the NFL, and we all know that, and that's how it is. The Ravens, though, never, within these last few years, never failed to let me down. I thought they would be more solid than what they are. And then the Jets, who got obliterated, nationally mocked on TV by the Cardinals, beat the Ravens. Okay. Um, so, anyway, Buccaneers, 49ers, another surprise. But am I really surprised that the 49ers are a garbage fire? Nope. Everybody should have guessed it. That's what they are. Chargers, Falcons, same team, different division. That's all I gotta say about that. They'll both find ways to lose. But I still like the Falcons. And they'll win their division. So, Patriots, Steelers, I have a dog in this fight. But my team, the Patriots, who I've liked since I was 6, so easy with the bandwagon stuff there. Alright, so the Patriots had every opportunity to lose. They did not play a great game. Tom Brady was buttoned up. Played a solid performance, but it's interesting how unorganized the Steelers franchise looks. And, you know, if there's anybody who knows the Steelers as a former coach of the Browns, uh, Belichick would know the Steelers. And you know what they do every time? They pass the ball a lot against the Steelers. You know what they did this time? They ran the ball. So that just shows the competency of the New England team. They had fumbles, and they could have lost. They could have, but don't bet on the Steelers, folks. That's my advice to you. The Seahawks and the Cardinals was one of the worst games I've ever seen. Um, if you can't make a field goal, you don't deserve to win. So neither team won. It's a win for the Seahawks. The Cardinals might as well crawl in a hole. Okay, because it's sad. It's a sad thing to watch. You used to be able to launch the ball down the field. You got David Johnson. Just 50 runs a game. I don't even care. Just do it. Just do it. It'll help my fantasy team too. Um, and Brock Osweiler is awful. Bronco fans, be happy. Um, there is an interesting stat about him. Um, he had 4 games. I might butcher the stat where he attempted is it 40 passes. He attempts 40 passes for 4 games and gets less than 140 yards. Waste of money. If I have DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller, I think I can get 140 yards. I might be able to. I have a broken foot right now. I think I could do it. So that's what we learned with week 7. Uh, Tell me if you hate me. You probably do. That's all right. Uh, Subscribe and comment below. And peace.